one. And it's like, okay, it's fine, you can do it. So you're gonna get who's building that thing. Actually, stuff. One of plastic I just
Okay.
Yeah.
No stress, okay.
Okay, sharp ahead.
You are live on the podcast, ne?
Nah.
Yes.
Don't say that. It's no. Don't do that.
You are live on the podcast.
Okay, but just make sure you don't post it.
I don't post what? I don't post what?
I don't know. Just make sure you edit my voice out, okay?
Why should I? Come on, man. Come on. Why?
Just do it. Don't. I don't want to hear myself more sick.
Nah, Skawara, man. Everything's gonna be cool, man.
Sharp.
Ricky record. Okay, Ricky record. Siga spray, where's your pepper spray?
I have it with me.
Okay, sharp. Okay, wish safe, you know.
Sharp.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Ricky record, sharp, bye.
Sure.
Okay, guys, what is up? Yeah, I just want to lay a few things down. So I wrote something. The reason why I wrote it, because I want to articulate myself properly. You know, I am not a good speaker, but I'm a good writer. So I wrote something so that I can say my thoughts clearly. Okay, let me just do this. La ba di da ooh na 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 yeah. Okay. So I'm just continuing with the MacG and Saw thing, you know. I made a video talking about my opinions, you know, that MacG didn't make Saul, and explained on my video. What's wrong with my camera? Something. Okay. I explained on the video why I think MacG didn't make Saul, and explained everything. Let me just see. I think it's fine like this. Okay. I have a paragraph here. I have a few points. So this is a message that I sent to someone, you know, explaining that some things on the podcast and chill are planned, right? But sometimes certain topics come naturally, right? So this is what I wanted to say. Some things are planned and discussed, but they often end up improvising. Saul and MacG, they end up improvising and crossing the limits. Do you understand? So crossing the limits in a way that I can't say Saul and MacG like they plan that they're gonna maybe regarding the mini thing. I can't say they plan that, you know, we're gonna say this about mini, but this is what happens. A topic comes naturally or whether researched, and then they end up improvising and taking things further and crossing the limits. So some topics just come naturally while recording. What makes Podcast and Chill unique is that it's unfiltered. Because of this, some sponsors don't want to associate with the show. At one point, a sponsor offered money but wanted to change a few things about the podcast and MacG refused because of I think MacG once said that he was approached, by a sponsor, some people with money. They wanted to sponsor the pod, but they wanted to make few changes, and because of that, MacG refused. That's why Podcast and Chill is what is that's why Podcast and Chill is what it is. It was founded on a raw, uncensored foundation. Do you understand? So some sponsors might want to come and drop the volume down, change the tone of the podcast, and that's not what we have subscribed for. We have subscribed for that unfiltered, uncensored, raw, conversations they always have on the podcast. MacG didn't make Saul. He just gave him an opportunity. Unfortunately, the kind of work they do will always inconvenience them, and Saul knows it. Anyone who joins Podcast and Chill should know they might become a public enemy. And some businesses might not want to be associated with them. It goes to my point that MacG didn't make Saul. So the reason why I wrote this thing it was a reply to someone saying, someone misunderstood me. They thought I said MacG made Saul, right? And now MacG is fine when Saul's career gets destroyed by the podcast because of podcast made Saul. So I was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. And then this is my reply. I can't say Saul lost the Kaya FM deal because of the podcast. Kaya already knew what Saul was about, but chose to turn a blind eye, hoping to tame him. They knew what Saul might bring from being associated with the podcast, but they hired him anyway. Maybe they hoped there wouldn't be smoke in the long run, but when things turned otherwise, they felt the pressure, because Kaya is also a business. Kaya FM is also a business that doesn't want to lose partners or sponsors because of Saul and the podcast. So when Kaya FM hired Saul, it's not like they didn't know what Saul is all about. They know Saul's history. They know the reason he was fired previously from radio stations. Like, they know MacG history and they know what they are all about. So I really don't understand why Kaya FM hired Saul, and then when this thing comes up, now Kaya acts otherwise. Do you understand? So the real questions are, why did Kaya hire Saul in the first place? Why? Why was Saul fired because of what MacG said? Why is that? Why is he fired because of the things that were discussed on the podcast? Why is that? Was he supposed to quit the podcast so that he can have a future at Kaya FM? Is that what he was supposed to do? Was he supposed to tone himself down and be boring just to appear more corporate friendly since he's with Kaya now? Does he need now to tone himself down when he's on the podcast because of now he doesn't want to piss off the corporate? It's crazy. Even if Saul had left the podcast to focus on Kaya, he still has history, and every contract has an expiring date. Something was bound to come up that will either get him fired or prevent his contract from being renewed. So I'm glad that Saul didn't act up and leave Podcast and Chill because of now he got this deal with Kaya FM. Because of one way or the other, somewhere, somehow, he was gonna get fired, or something was gonna happen that prevents his contract to be renewed. But he was not gonna last on the on the radio station. Do you understand? Because of radio stations, like, they use you when it's convenience for them and when it's not. You know what I'm saying? Imagine all the flame that these two people, MacG and Saul, have faced while they are on the pod. All the flame, but they're still pushing even today. But if they faced those law cases and lawsuits and everything while they were like maybe working for a certain radio station, they could have been fired, both of them. But because of now it's an independent media, it's safer for them to last, unlike working for these corporate companies. And then what would have happened if he did like leave Podcast and Chill? He'll still go back to the podcast, but this time begging for his position. Let's say he did leave Podcast and Chill to focus on KFM, and something comes up and he gets fired. Was he now supposed to go back to the podcast and beg for his position? Crazy. I don't believe Saul lost 100k. It's like hiring a thief and then firing them for stealing. So they hired Saul knowing that he's associated with controversy, and now they fire him because of controversy. What the fuck is that? So can you really say the thief lost something when they were simplified for what they are known for and make a living from? So I don't think Saul was fired. I don't think Saul lost 100k. He didn't lose it. Do you understand? He didn't lose it because of Podcast and Chill. They knew Saul he's in a space of controversy, but still they hired him, and he was also fired because of this mini saga. So the questions still remain. Why did Kaya hire Saul at the first place? Why was Saul fired? Because of what MacG said? What was Saul supposed to do once started working for Kaya? And was he supposed to turn himself down and be boring just to appear more appealing, to appear more corporate friendly, so that he can secure his deals with other businesses who demand friendliness? So you all just need to leave Saul alone. Mac didn't make Saul. I explained it on the first on the other video, and you just need to leave Saul alone. Do you understand?